Let's go to Becky, who's calling in from Nebraska. Becky, what's your question for Adriel?
Well, hi there. Thank you for taking my call. My question is about purgatory. I was raised without the belief of purgatory. However, I am in a Bible study where there are people who believe in it. And I would like to know, is it biblical? And if it is biblical, how are we able to pray people out of purgatory?
Mm. Okay, Becky, thank you for that question. My view is that it is not biblical. And so that the idea that, you die, but then you still have all this sin that's attached to you, so you need to go through a period of cleansing, a period of purgation before you can enter into the presence of the Lord and bliss and enjoy, before you can go to heaven. That's a doctrine that I think developed in the history of the church. It's also related to other things like how we understand salvation. And the reason I think that the doctrine should be rejected, the idea of purgatory, that I need, further cleansing after death before I can enter into heaven, is because as believers in Jesus Christ, the Bible teaches that we are fully justified, not on the basis of our righteousness, not on the basis of our good works, but on the basis of the perfect work of the Lord Jesus Christ through his once-for-all sacrifice. And so in terms of our being welcomed into heaven before God's judgment seat, it's not on the basis of our good works, even though I think our good works in one sense are an evidence of that faith that we have, the fact that we've been justified. The ground of our assurance and of our justification before God is the perfect righteousness of his Son, Jesus Christ, which has been imputed to us and received by faith alone. And so, the author to the Hebrews said in Hebrews chapter 10, verse 14, by a single offering, he has perfected for all time those who are being sanctified. And so those are, you're seeing how this idea of, okay, I need further cleansing beyond what Jesus has done for me in order to enter into heaven, how that's related to other doctrines like the doctrine of salvation and how we understand our justification. And so that's why I think, again, we should reject it, because it suggests that we aren't, in one sense, fully justified before God's judgment seat, that we have to do a little bit on our own before we're clean enough, if you will, to enter into heaven. And I think that's not what the Apostle Paul is getting at in his letters. I don't think that's what the author to the Hebrews is getting at there in Hebrews chapter 10. By the one sacrifice of Jesus, you have been perfected. That is, you're able to approach God. Even now, we're told, we can come boldly to the throne of grace through Jesus' work for us. How much more so at death, when our souls are perfected in holiness by the work of the Lord, can we be confident that we're going to be in the presence of God, worshiping him?